Disclaimer. I doesn't claim any of the arts. All the picture shown belongs to the respective artist and company. If you are original owner and want me to remove the video, I will do it immediately. Just send me an email to inform me. And if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. Jinhook's emotional state undergoes a transformation as he firmly instructs Val to desist from interfering and leave him be. He orders Val to proceed to the next floor and follow him if desired, as Jinhook enters the portal leading to the next room. He is transported to the room of choice and training, where the system extends a warm welcome, prompting him to select a weapon and class that best suits him. Once his choice is made, he is tasked with destroying the floor beneath him, which will transport him to the tower's first floor. Jinyuk explains that in his previous life, after discovering he was a manner type, he promptly chose to become a mage, generating a practice target. He employs his new trait, All-Rounder, to gauge its effectiveness as targets appear. Jinhook expertly employs a bull, hitting the targets with precision. He asks the system to generate more targets, this time with the ability to attack him. The system cautions him about the danger since he hasn't selected a class yet, but Jinhook dismisses the warning with a confident smile, stating he doesn't mind. As the targets assail him, he adeptly uses the bow and sword to eliminate them, standing assertively with dual weapons. He urges the system to summon more targets, and the difficulty escalates, producing larger targets without hesitation. Jinhook leaps onto a giant target, impaling it with a spear, armed with 2 knives. He hurls them at targets behind him. Ranged targets emerge, but Jinhook takes cover behind the giant target, avoiding their shots. The system alerts him that these are the most hazardous targets for this floor, but undaunted, Jinyuk dashes towards a staff and uses magical arrows to destroy the drone targets. Impressed with the prowess of the All-Rounder trait, he attests to feeling as though he's been wielding these weapons for years. The system announces that Jinyuk has achieved a new milestone, the All-Master achievement, which is attained by utilizing at least one weapon from each category in the room of choice and training. He is rewarded with the All-Master unlocked attack stat plus 5,000 points. The system inquires whether he'd like to select All-Master as his class, cautioning that this choice cannot be made once he exits the room of choice and training. Jinhyuk contemplates his decision, realizing that although the All-Master class is enticing, he cannot abandon his primary advantage. Consequently, he decides to ask the system to designate All-Master as his subclass. Shock overtakes him as the system informs him it's impossible, citing that subclass slots can only be unlocked after the 100th floor. He regrets forgetting about this aspect during the early stages of the game. Although it might be wasteful, he considers utilizing his accomplishment points to unlock the subclass slot. He poses the question to the system, inquiring if he can use his accomplishment points for this purpose. The system expresses surprise at how a novice is aware of such a mechanism, elucidating that accomplishment points, or a currency earned through completing tasks, enable users to make changes to the system. Jinyuk asserts that there's no need to question how he's privy to this knowledge, speculating if he could utilize 5,000 points to unlock the subclass slot. He learns it's feasible, but he currently possesses only 5,000 points, while 5,050 are required. Annoyed, he states he'll employ Baal, addressing the system. He calls out to Peak of All Evil Baal, revealing his identity in the previous conversation they had. He informs the system that there's an accomplishment for initiating dialogue with the gods for the first time, which awards him 200 accomplishment points. Peak of All Evil asks if he has done well, but Jinyuk pleads with Baal to never do something similar again. The system queries whether he'd like to use his accomplishment points to select All-Master as his subclass. Jinyuk agrees, and the system extends congratulations, bestowing him with the All-Master subclass. The system informs him that destroying the room of choice and training floor will transport him to the tower's first floor with excitement. Jinyuk concentrates energy in his staff, ready to commence his quest for revenge. He destroys the floor beneath him, initiating his journey. Meanwhile, on the first floor known as Coral Forest, 2 climbers struggle to progress, questioning how they can conquer the tower if the initial floor poses such difficulty. A creature called a kobold charges towards one of the climbers. Suddenly, a rift in the sky opens, and Jinyuk emerges, identifying the kobold as his first prey. He lands on its head, swiftly slaying it. The witnessing kobold trembles in fear as Jinyuk eyes the climbers menacingly, sticking out his tongue and suggesting he wonders what he'll gain by devouring them all. One of the adventurers is amazed by Jinhook's incredible feat in single-handedly defeating a kobold. Furthermore, the observer notices Jinhook's mastery in the mage class. A climber approaches Jinhook and suggests teaming up. Jinhook responds with a threatening tone, telling them to leave, which shocks the climbers. Continuing his stance, Jinhook warns them that any contact with the kobolds will lead to fatal consequences. Trembling in fear, the two climbers hastily flee for their lives. Subsequently, as two kobolds advance to attack Jinhook, he uses his staff skillfully, delivering a lethal blow to one of them. With a menacing glare, he challenges the remaining kobold, questioning its intentions. The kobold, deciding to escape, is met with Jinhook's relentless pursuit. A magical arrow unleashed by Jinhook puts an end to the kobold's flight, extinguishing its life. The system materializes, extending a warm greeting to Jinhook on the first floor. However, Jinhook expresses his disappointment, informing the system that he is currently occupied with looting. The system then presents him with a quest involving the extermination of 10 kobolds, a task that Jinhook finds easy. Jinhook explains that by defeating a particular type of monster repeatedly, one attains the prestigious title of a slayer. He reveals that his past self had diligently pursued these slayer achievements. Addressing his hunger, Jinhook employs gluttony, siphoning the essence of life from the kobold. This grants him access to the creature's memories and strengths, while also enabling him to comprehend the language of the kobolds. Upon scrutinizing his statistics, Jinhook is impressed by their advancement, equating them to those of a climber on the 10th floor. Delving into the memories of the kobold, he discovers the existence of the kobold lord. Filled with excitement, Jinhook perceives the timing of this revelation as fortunate. He explains that a lord monster heralds an impending wave of monsters. Jinhook realizes he can achieve his slayer goal while simultaneously farming by defeating this lord. Recognizing the necessity of an army to face the wave, he reanimates the fallen kobolds, transforming them into skeleton soldiers. The system commends his successful class change to a necromancer, acknowledging his all-master status and past life memories that make class changing effortless. Yet Jinhook remains unsatisfied, knowing there is a concealed class he must attain on the first floor. Observing the trembling kobolds, a skeleton informs Jinhook of their fear upon witnessing their king's transformation. Jinhook orders the skeletons to eliminate any kobold they encounter carrying a blue stone. Accompanied by his skeletal battalion, he arrives at a secluded location he sought, a small house nestled within the forest. Upon entering, he expresses gratitude for its undisturbed state, asking the soldiers to wait outside. Jinhook ventures deeper into the house, uncovering a hidden staircase beneath the floor. As he descends, he elucidates the presence of a significant class on the first floor. A necromancer, a high-ranking mage utilizing souls known as a spirit master. The first spirit master concealed within this place is Vulcan, a necromancer indicated by the class-changing coffin. Upon opening the coffin, a skeletal figure emerges, suspended in the air. The skeleton inquires of Jinhook if he is his descendant. Thank you for watching this video until the end. Support this channel by liking this video and subscribing the channel. And if you want me to recap another manhwa or manga, write its name in the comments section. And if you want to know that what happened in previous chapters, you can watch them in this channel. Stay tuned for next chapters.